What would you say if I told you you already had the amazing weight loss drug that you've been looking for inside your own body and you just haven't flipped the switch yet? We've all seen the headlines about Ozempic and Wegovy. They're essentially synthetic versions of a hormone that your body makes naturally, and it's called GLP-1. And I'm going to tell you the natural way to increase your body's GLP-1 production. But first, let's talk about some of the side effects of the amazing drugs that are Ozempic and Wegovy. Number one side effect, nausea, reported by up to 44% of users. Number two, vomiting, affecting approximately 24% of users. Oh, and by the way, real quick, just to let you know, I'm not pulling all these statistics out of my ass or anything. I'm going to be putting them in the video description below if you want to read some of the actual reported studies, just so you know that I'm not making it all up. Number three is diarrhea and or constipation, which, I mean, that's a fantastic one, right? Like, those are like opposites. So can you have both at the same time, or can you only have one or the other? Or I don't know. That one really gets me. Number four, abdominal pain and bloating. Number five, heartburn and acid reflux, which interestingly enough, I read some articles about it, and Jelly Roll, who was one of the fattest guys around until this year, basically, he had heard about Ozempic, and his doctor had tried to convince him to take it, but he wouldn't take it because one of the biggest side effects is heartburn and acid reflux. And obviously, as you would imagine, having acid reflux is not a great thing to have if you're a singer. So instead of taking the drugs and ruining his voice potentially, Jelly Roll just pretty much got up off of his ass and, did stuff, and then he lost weight. It's crazy how that happens. Number six is fatigue and dizziness, often linked to a significant drop in your calorie intake. Number seven, pancreatitis. That's inflammation of your pancreas, characterized by severe stomach pain that radiates into your back. There's also number eight, gallbladder issues. So this includes things like gallstones and inflammation and various other things that are really bad for your gallbladder. Number nine, I think now, kidney injuries, which are often a secondary effect of severe dehydration from all the vomiting and diarrhea that you're going to probably have. Number 10, hypoglycemia, which is also known as low blood sugar to us diabetics, which I mentioned in another video that I'm type 1 diabetic. The hypoglycemia often appears more in people who have like type 1 diabetes and take medications like insulin, like what I take. Number 11, that's going to be vision changes, specifically for things like diabetic retinopathy complications or something like a rare condition, which they call NAION, N-A-I-O-N, which is often referred to as an eye stroke, which, sounds great, right? It just causes sudden vision loss, and it's just a stroke that just happens in your eyeballs, and then you don't get to see no more. But, who wants to see anyways? Now, naturally, that leads us right into side effect 14, which is pulmonary aspiration risks. And because foods stay in your stomach so much longer, there's an increased risk of inhaling food into your lungs during surgery. So medical guidelines now state that you have to stop taking Ozempic or Wegovy 1 to 2 weeks before a procedure involving anesthesia. These are great drugs. Don't ever forget that. And finally, side effect number 15 is not a medical side effect, but it's kind of just hilarious. It's called Ozempic face. And it basically is how your face looks completely insane and like that of a gaunt skeleton vampire type zombie, because you lose so much weight out of your whole body that it sucks all of the fat and goodness out of all of the filler areas of your face. And it makes you look completely horrible and unbelievably scary. And I've got a couple of slides that I'm going to show you right here. Number one is the fine lady Sharon Osbourne. And look, she's looking great, don't you think? I mean, who wouldn't love to look like that? The next lady is Miss Ariana Grande, and last time I checked, Grande stands for large, but she's not looking very large here. I guess she thinks she looks great because she opted into this, and that's what she looks like. On to the next one, Scott Disick. He was looking, a little bit of a chunky dude, looking like a husky guy, but I mean, come on, bro, like you want to go from that to that? Really? Crazy. And then last slide here is many other fine ladies that you're probably aware of, and you can clearly see that they are looking extra extra premium. Now, one thing I need you guys to do, since you've just been blessed with all of those images, is you got to let me know who you think did it best in the comments. Now, there are obviously dozens and dozens and dozens of other big time celebrities who I didn't even mention. Katy Perry is a really great one, who is just killing it these days, looking like a literal zombie skeleton person. But let me know in the comments, who do you think did Ozempic face the best? Now, here's the big thing though, is that most people are accidentally suppressing the hormone that is the GLP-1 that those drugs produce every single day. And the way they're suppressing that hormone is by the way they eat. And today I'm going to show you data-backed natural shifts that can trigger your body to pump out more of its own GLP-1. This isn't theory. Everything that I've mentioned, including all the stuff about Ozempic and GLP-1s, all those studies are going to be linked in the description. You can read all those if you don't believe me. And then everything I'm talking about in the rest of this video is also going to be linked in the description. So feel free to check those out if you really want to read more info, but I'm basically summing everything up for you here. So we're going to look into some real info about real foods and things you can do that are going to help you. And the best part is that all of this stuff is completely needle-free, and you don't need to go see a doctor in order to get these things to help you out. Oh, just by the way, in case you don't know or this is your first time seeing one of my videos, I am John Watkins. On this channel, we help viewers find strategies and tools that help them live healthier, more productive lives by working with nature instead of against it. And for the last few months, I've been diving deep into metabolic health because I realized that so many of us feel like we're in a constant hunger war. This is our own brains really that are causing this. So we eat, but we don't feel satisfied, and we want to lose weight, but then the cravings are too loud. And understanding GLP-1 is the key to silencing a lot of that noise and those cravings that you have all the time. So just for a little bit more back info on like what GLP-1 is, it stands for glucagon-like peptide 1, and it's a hormone produced in your gut after you eat. And its job is to tell your brain, hey, we're good, we've eaten, we're full, everything's all good. It basically signals to your body that you have enough energy and you can stop eating. It also slows down how fast food leaves your stomach, which keeps you fuller for longer. So synthetic GLP-1 drugs are effective because they stay in your system for a really long time, but your natural GLP-1 is actually very powerful if you know how to stimulate it. Think of it kind of like a muscle. If you don't use it right, it eventually gets weak and then it doesn't work worth a damn, just like any other muscle. So here are the 3 pillars of natural GLP-1 activation. Number 1 is the fiber trick, and this is fermentable fibers. So not all fibers are created equal. To trigger GLP-1, you need fermentable fibers. And when you eat things like oats or beans or leeks or asparagus, the bacteria in your gut ferment the fiber and produce short-chain fatty acids. These fatty acids are the direct signal that tells your gut to release GLP-1. Number 2 is bitter compounds. One of the coolest insights I've found in the research is that your gut actually has bitter taste receptors. And when you eat bitter foods, think of stuff like dark chocolate that's like over 85% cacao, or arugula, or even ginger. The receptors in your stomach trigger the release of GLP-1 even before the calories hit your system. Number 3 is protein pacing. So protein is the most satiating macronutrient for a reason. High quality protein intake significantly increases GLP-1 secretion compared to fats or carbohydrates. And the goal here is to start your meal with a protein to set the hormonal tone for the rest of your day and keep yourself satisfied and not starving. Just real quick though, speaking of natural wellness, I have to share something with you that's become a staple in my daily routine. And if you're focusing on metabolic health and weight management, you probably know that stress and sleep are 2 of the biggest hurdles. And when your cortisol is high, your GLP-1 effectiveness goes through the floor. That is why I recommend the daytime CBD/CBG gummies from Ron's Balms. Ron's Balms is actually my company. We make these and I use them, and many other people use them. We have tons and tons of reviews on Google and on our website at ronsbalms.com. And Unlike other products that might make you drowsy, this formula uses a combination of CBG and CBD, which helps lighten your mood throughout the day and provides you a sense of calm and focus. It's basically perfect for managing that midday stress that usually leads to emotional eating. And here's another great thing. If you want to learn more about these gummies or try them out, all you have to do is click the link in the description below. You can visit ronsbalms.com to learn more. And if you sign up for our newsletter on our website, you will save 25%. Do with it what you will. Now back to the video. So now we're going to go over a couple of hidden stimulators, and these stimulators are Berberine and Yerba mate. These two foods are basically like natural compounds that act as boosters. So Berberine is often called nature's metformin. Berberine has been shown in studies to help improve insulin sensitivity and potentially increase GLP-1 levels by modulating gut bacteria. Yerba mate is a traditional South American tea that isn't just caffeine. Research actually suggests that it can help increase GLP-1 levels, making it an incredible tool to drink during like a fasting window to keep your hunger at bay. So if you don't eat a lot during the midday or something like that, a little bit of yerba mate, throw it on there, and you may be way more premium than you previously were. Insight is very important, and this information that I've just given you, you obviously now you have the knowledge if you've watched to this point in the video, but the execution is step 2, and you don't need to change everything at once. Here is basically a 3-step GLP-1 growth sprint process. So step number 1 is you always want to start your meal with a bitter green or a protein source like one of the ones that I mentioned. Number 2 is the 20-minute gap. GLP-1 takes time to reach your brain. If you eat your entire meal in 5 minutes, you're overriding your natural fullness signal. So the number one thing you should probably do is stop stuffing your face so damn fast and slow down and eat at a more normal pace. And this will in turn help your body reduce the amount that you eat overall. And number 3 is prioritizing sleep. So one night of bad sleep can spike your hunger hormones and crash your GLP-1 response the next day. It's been proven in multiple studies, and I'm sure I'll have one of them linked below. Building a healthy metabolism is a long game, but it's the most rewarding one that you'll ever play if you do it right. And by focusing on these natural triggers, you're not just chasing a number on a scale, you're reclaiming your body's natural intelligence. Now, obviously, if you found this video helpful, it would be great if you would hit the like button so I can know to make more content like this in the future, and it'll help other people out in the world get to see this. And if you're struggling with the sleep side of this equation, which we know is a vital part of hormone health, you should definitely check out my video right here, which talks about why you should stop taking melatonin every night if you already are, because it's not good for you. And in that video, I give you a bit of a framework for getting that restorative rest that your metabolism needs. Hopefully, we see you over there, and thanks so much for watching.